Let's get you some bullpen updates and prep for Week 25 next on Fantasy Baseball's Day in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Friday, September 10th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White, and let's start with some of those bullpen updates. We haven't done this in a while here on FBT in 5. We'll start with the Nationals. Kyle Finnegan got his 8th save of the season on Wednesday. For the Cardinals, Giovanny Gallegos got his 5th and 6th saves over the past 2 days. And then for the Marlins, Dylan Floro picked up his 9th save of the season on Thursday. Scott, how would you rank that group if you need saves? Kyle Finnegan, Giovanny Gallegos, and Dylan Floro.
I think Gallegos is the clear number one at this point. He's gotten each of the past 4 saves for the Cardinals, and Alex Reyes has allowed an earned run in each of his last 2 appearances still, so I don't know that he's any closer to winning that job back. Cardinals are a pretty good team, so Gallegos should continue to get chances. He's number one. Number 2 would be Kyle Finnegan over Dylan Floro, right, was the third one you were asking me about?
Yep.
And, I think the chances will be more regular for him than for Floro. So neither of them is really a closer caliber pitcher like Gallegos is, but I prefer Finnegan slightly to Floro.
All right. Well, how about if you play in a deeper league? Carlos Estevez, he entered with a 1-run lead on Wednesday. He gave up 4 runs. He takes the loss. And then on Thursday, he gives up another run, but he does get his 6th save of the season. He's 18% rostered, currently the closer for the Rockies. And then in Oakland, we kind of have a tandem going on between Sergio Romo and Andrew Chafin. Chafin picked up his 3rd save of the season on Thursday. How would you rank that group in deeper leagues, Scott? Estevez and the 2 Oakland relievers.
So I'd have to put Estevez ahead. And really, Estevez might be close to Dylan Floro with the previous group, but I would take Floro over Estevez. Yeah, the A's situation, it's still too murky right now, and I know there's not a lot of time left for it to become unmurky, but it wouldn't surprise me if they brought a 3rd guy into this mix. So I just don't think you can really count on anyone there right now.
All right, let's get people ready for Week 25. Who are some 2-star pitchers that you're looking at for next week?
So pretty good if we're just talking about those rostered in 80% of leagues or less. Jake Odorizzi, 4 good starts in a row. Dusty Baker's been careful about not letting him pitch a 3rd time through the order, and we've been seeing good results from Odorizzi because of that. At Texas versus Arizona, those are his matchups. So excellent matchups. He's pretty close to a must start, I think. With that, Rich Hill, he's seen a turnaround here recently, a lot more swings and misses, pitching deeper into games generally versus St. Louis. It's a pretty good matchup versus Phillies. Not as much, but Rich Hill looks pretty good overall. John Gray, 2nd start. This will be a 2nd and 3rd start back from the IL. The 1st start back, he looked healthy. He's getting whiffs on the slider again. At Atlanta, at Washington, those matchups could be better, but there's 2 starts, and he's a pretty good pitcher. Luis Gil, this is a tricky one because his last start was horrible. 7 walks issued, but his first 2 starts in the major were, of course, very good. And more than anything, it's just the matchups at Baltimore versus Cleveland. It's risky, but if you need a sleeper pitcher, you need some volume there. I think Luis Gil, those matchups are really favorable. And then Logan Gilbert, might be time to take a chance on him again versus Boston. That's not so good. At Kansas City, that obviously is. I do want to mention some exciting 1-star pitchers for the upcoming scoring period. Ranger Suarez is just like a permanent spot at the top of this list. I don't know how a guy with a 1.38 ERA on the year, and it's not much higher than that since he joined the rotation, by the way. I don't know why he's still flying under the radar, but he gets the Cubs. Nestor Cortez at Baltimore, Joe Ryan against Cleveland after he just took a perfect game into the 7th inning against Cleveland last time. This will be only his 3rd career start, but I think the matchup is favorable, and Joe Ryan looks like a good sleeper.
All right, Scott, how about on the hitter side of things? Who are some players you're looking at who are rostered in less than 80% of CBS leagues?
So this isn't as interesting. It's a pretty yucky group, but Alejandro Kirk catcher for the Blue Jays. They have good matchup. He had a 2-homer game recently, makes a lot of contact. I could see him having a big week. A few lefty mashers here are worth looking into. Bobby Dahlbeck for the Red Sox, who's been hot recently, and they're scheduled to face 5 left-handers in their 6 games. Austin Hayes for the Orioles, also been hot recently, and they're scheduled to face 4 in their 6 games. Abraham Toro is heating up again, and the Mariners are facing 3 lefties in their 6 games. So I would look into all 3 of those. Jeimer Candelario's been hot, and the Tigers have good matchups. I might look into him. Josh Harrison of the Athletics, they have favorable matchups as well. Not an exciting group, like I said, but if you need to stream a hitter off the waiver wire, there's some choices there.
For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. If you enjoyed the pod, please leave a 5-star review on Apple. We'll be back again on Monday morning. Bye-bye.